Welcome back, guys. Today I'm thinking about a project I want to tackle that's a little bit different. I've worked some with junk journals and I really do like them, but I'm thinking about a journal you could use like a travel journal, but I don't really like the soft side ones that roll up. I don't feel that they protect anything that you're putting in that journal very well. And a lot of times if you're using a travel journal, you want to remember your trip and have it as a keepsake. So you want something that's going to protect it. So I was thinking about doing a hard side journal that the cover would be reusable, that you could just put refill pages in it. I got these books off Amazon, and this one is lined and has date page, so that would be perfect for putting the date in of different things when you're traveling. These are blank, and these would be perfect. I mean, you can journal in these too just as well. I did on a recent trip, and I'll show you that, when I went on a Master Gardener trip. So I thought 3 of these, put the 2 blanks on the outside and the written one on the inside. And I have done a journal where I actually opened this to the center page, punched it, and sewed it into the journal. But I'm thinking I want to do one that you can easily slip these out, but I don't like the ones where the elastic goes around the outside of the cover. I want something that just keeps that elastic exactly where you want it and does not make it move around. So what I need to do is make this the cover for this a bit bigger, and I'm thinking a 1/2 inch might do it, or maybe a 1/4 inch, probably a half inch on each side. It's hard to say. So I want room for the elastics. So maybe we'll go a 1/4 inch on each side, which would give us an extra 1/2 inch to get our punches in for our elastics for our journal. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, then I guess we can always start over. So this measures 8 1/4, or no, yeah, 8 1/4. So I need my cover to be, so if we're at 8 1/4, we go another 1/2 inch. That's 8 3/4 inches by, and this side will only go out about a 1/4 inch, so this measures 5 1/2, so we'll go 5 3/4 for our sideways on ours. So I'm gonna go and cut, this is chipboard, it's 8 1/2 by 11, which if I was just doing a straight journal, it's like perfect, but I'm not, so I'm gonna have to, because I mean I could get front and back cover probably out of this, but since I need that extra height in order to put the punches in for the elastics, I'm gonna have to use 2 of them and cut. I will be back momentarily. I'm back. So I have my front cover, back cover, and my spine all cut, ready to go. Keep all your scraps from this, because this spine actually was a scrap from a different project I did, and I use heavy chipboard, heavy weight. I get it from Amazon, and it works very well. Has a nice sturdy base for my projects. I don't use cereal box weight or cracker box weight. I just don't think that's a good enough weight to use for projects that you are going to sell. So now we need to pick out our paper, and since this is so large, we're going to need 2 sheets of the same thing. That's kind of pretty. I like that. That's pretty. See, more smile. Love you, kisses. That's pretty. This is very, I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. It's kind of a light gray with a doily tone. This is very pretty. I do like that. This I don't think will work very well because we're going to have to put these two pages together. That's very pretty. That is pretty. I like these flowers. This is very generic. It has trees on it. I don't want to go with the gold. This is pretty, but I don't think it's going... It might work, except that flower up there is pretty directional. I'm not sure that will. Though I'm not sure that would even be part of it. I tend to use things that are multi-directional. That light pink is pretty. So that it makes it easier to get things where you want them on your journals. The only problem with the lines on this is that if you get that not straight, it can be a problem. And something like that would just drive me nuts, to have something not straight. Oh, choices, choices. This is pretty, but again, if you got it not straight, that would just drive me nuts because it is pretty lined there. Same with that. That's got to be straight on or it will make you crazy. So, let's go with this one. Everybody pretty much likes flowers, but not everybody likes bugs, and that other one had bugs on it, so we're going to go with, you want to go right up along the edge of your paper. Oh, and well, too late. Just going to take this branding strip off. Okay, and now I need my bone folder, and just gonna put that down. Let's see. Oh, this branding strip actually is not perforated. I thought it was perforated, which was going to cause me problems, but it's not, so that actually is going to work out good. So make sure your branding strips, if you have them on your thing, are lined up together. You need to line this paper up straight and push it down. And again, you're going to burnish that together going down. This is just like making an album cover. I have a video on making a basic album cover. If you want to look at that for review too, because I'm just going to kind of fly through this. So, first thing I like to do is I'm going to mark a line the width of my ruler, which is about 1 inch, going that way. And mark a line going this way, and I have my branding strips at the bottom so that it will be part of the inside part of the cover and won't hardly even be noticed. Okay. Now what I like to do is start over here. I'm going to use my art glitter glue, dries clear glue, to glue this down. I want it to stay, and I don't want to have to use the Scor Tape on all of it. We'll use the Scor Tape on the inside portions where we have to have really good adhesion. Now I use the fine tip to put that glue down. I know I'm not totally in frame here. Line all that up so it's nice and straight. Now usually when I'm doing albums I start in the middle and put the spine in the very middle. But I'm not going to on this. This is a little bit different project. So we're going to just do it a tad different. So now our spine goes down. Now for spacing, I have two of the chipboards put together with cereal box weight in between those two to make sure I have enough spacing so that we don't have a problem with cracking. And we're going to put that down, make sure it's even down there, make sure it's even going up and down. All right. And again, the same thing. Use that spacing to make sure it's far enough from the other one. You can eyeball that, and there are plenty of crafters who eyeball it. Some days I eyeball it, some days I want to use my spacer to make sure I have it correct. All right. Now I'm going to take that same ruler. And where did I put my pencil? There we go. And again, that ruler width away. And the same at the top. All right. Now instead of using my paper cutter, I just use the scissors for this part to cut that off. But I want my stuff to be nice and straight anyway because it just makes for a nice, cleaner look. Okay, and don't go away with this. This probably, hopefully will be enough to cover the inside. We'll see once we get it all turned up and done. We may have to get a separate piece, which is fine. You just find a piece that coordinates with colors that you can do that with. All right. Now I need to miter my corners, and I leave just a bit. I don't know if that is gonna, just a tiny bit there so you don't have that cardboard showing when it comes out, but it gives you a nice clean fold. Next, I'm going to put my score tape down around the sides here. And we are going to go along the very edge of our paper all the way around. And we're going to burnish that down. Okay, now you're going to just gently start bringing your paper up, trying to create a gentle memory that we want it to fold without cracking. So just slowly start slowly stretching those fibers. And you want to do this several times. You don't want any cracking. That's just not fun. You can fix it, but it's still not fun. Not something you really want to do. Okay, and then we're going to just carefully start bringing it up, encouraging it to fold over. The heavier your cardstock, the more you're going to have to gently keep doing the folding up, the gentle stretching. Okay, I think that's ready to go now. So what we're going to do is we need to pull our tape off. And then starting at the middle, gently fold it up and work out to the edges. And then you want to burnish that tape down so it stays down. And that's on your long edge. Then we're going to turn and we're going to do our other long edge. Start in the center, bring it up gently, and work your way out to the sides. And again, burnish it down. The burnishing down part is really important. It gets that glue that's on that tape to move into the fibers to really grab hold. Now, your end pieces. You want to take that end and you can use your fingernail to push it in. And I don't know if you can see that. You push it in with your fingernail, or you can use your bone folder to do this. Gently so you don't tear it, but you push that in so that when you fold this over, that corner is covered. So again, we're going to take the tape off. We have our edges pushed in. Make sure they stay pushed in, and then come up at the center and work your way out and burnish it down. Now our final side. Fingernail pushing the edges in. Take your tape cover off. Up at the center, gently work your way to the edges and burnish. Okay, so this is the outside of our cover, and this is directional, and I did it wrong. I've got my crease here. I should have started in the middle. Oh, whoa, no. What to do? You know what? We'll decorate it. They won't even know that's there. So we're gonna go like this. Let's see if this page will actually work in here. And it does. How wonderful is that? All right, so we're gonna take Scor Tape, and I have a huge roll of Scor Tape. I love this thing. And I'm just gonna go down the very middle here where the cardboard is at. I think I got this crooked, so this may be a problem. I have to make sure I get up on that top. All right. And sure I'm out of frame. Put this side down. We're just going to make sure we stay in that cardboard section and cut. I did not get that cut very straight. Oh well. Nobody will know if we don't tell them, right? Right. Oh, that's not going to work. All right, I'm going to have some adhesive over here that I don't like. We're going to go ahead and put our, just go around the edges on this one. And we want to be as close to the edge as possible. I didn't get quite close enough here, but we shall see. And sorry I'm out of frame, but I need to be able to see a little better to get right up to the edges here. All right, now to burnish everything down. Now over here, I came over here too close, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna put a pocket there. So I think that's on the right side. No, it's not. It's on the back, up at the top. So that's not going to work either. We'll figure something out. So let's start by taking this off. And we'll take our lower one off. Oh, this is just not working out at all. So I'm very sorry about this silence here. I was totally frustrated, having nothing but difficulties with this project, and therefore I just concentrated on the project and not working on talking during this part. So as you can see, I put down the inner cover and I used my bone folder. I creased the creases at where the journal would fold, and I also burnished down everything. Okay, so we have this part done. If you followed that other video, you saw how I finished these off. Have it gently folded, and now we can move on to the next part. And what we're going to do is I don't have a template made for these yet, so I'm just going to use my template from my little golden books. And basically what I want to know is where the center is here. And I want to know where my book is going to be centered. So, have this here, put this here, and what I want to do is come clear up to the top. And mark my holes of where I need to punch. So I'm going to use my pencil and I think I'm lined up in the center. Let's see. Yeah. Got this kind of centered. Okay. So there's my center hole, my right hole, my center, and my left hole. We're going to do the same thing at the bottom. Go down below where your book is. Got your center hole, your middle, your sides, and we have them lined up. So now we're going to just punch those with our long punch. And actually, you don't even need the long punch for this. You could just use your regular Fiskars punch, or We Are punch is what I have. So the thing I like about the long punch is I can actually get my head way down there and see exactly where I'm punching. It's a little harder with this gadget, but I usually have to punch center holes too, so it makes a difference. Okay, those three are done. And now these three. All right. So I have both white and black elastic. I'm using the white because this is a lighter paper. If it were a darker paper, I would use black, the black elastic. So this one, punch didn't quite push out there. There we go. Gonna find the end. And this is kind of frayed on the end, so I'm going to cut it to make it easier to thread. There we go. And I'm doing the right side first, or the so you go in, go out one, go in the back, and then we're going to bring it up to the center, bring this to the center, and cut. And you're going to tie this. I'm going to tie it twice. And then you're going to do a square knot with your last tie, which is going the opposite way. There we go. And we're going to do that 2 more times. All right, so then you can clean up these strings however you like. You can leave some tails on them. They can change, so if their replacement journal needs a little more room, they can do that. So we're going to go ahead and put our journal pages in. You open your journal pages or little books to the center. So at this point you can decorate it however you like. You can put a pocket in here, which I think would be a great idea. We'll take a look at that. And we're going to find something in our paper to decorate the front of this so that they don't notice the seam is going down the center. So let's get our paper pack back. They had some kind of hearts in here. So let's see if there's something that would be just absolutely perfect for there. Doesn't go with that one. That might be too wide. Yeah, I think that'd be too wide. So I'm going to grab my paper cutter. And I want to cut off this one strip, this silver and gold. I think I like that. And then we'll cut the rest of these off so that they're out of our way. I also like this one, this blue one. I don't know. We'll think on that. I do like that this says noted on it, but I really think it's too wide. Unless we cut the flowering part off and just fussy cut middle out, that would work. And I'm going to cut this blue strip. And I'm going to fussy cut out that noted. I don't know where my fussy cut scissors are. They could be in this mess of a desk. Or my granddaughter was down here doing some crafting, and she tends to borrow things off my desk and doesn't always remember to put them back. So we're going to just fussy cut this out with the bigger scissors. It's not that fine a line, so we should be fine. And I love that my granddaughter really gets into the arts, and she could spend hours doing this stuff too. She just really likes the arts and getting crafty and all of that. So I highly encourage it. Never dissuade it. Give her gentle reminders every now and then. If you borrow something off Grandma's desk or out of Grandma's desk, you need to put it back so Grandma can find it. And I like that this says noted because you are making notes on in your travel journal. So, alrighty. So I think what we're going to do to hide this that does not belong there is put this down the center, and then we'll put the noted over top. And I just noticed I have a tiny crack here. So what you do is take a little bit of your glue, put it down in that crack, just a tiny bit, fold it over and let go. You just do that once and leave it. Okay, so now we're going to go down the center of the front here, and we're going to cut off our strip. And then we're going to put our noted. Right here. All right, so that is our traveler's journal. And as I said, it's sturdy enough that it's not going to get bent up on their trip, and they can put new journals into it for their next trip. And it's small enough to tuck into their backpack. And you can do more. You can put a pocket here. You can decorate the pages if you like before you sell them. Some decorating is cute. You may want to just leave them plain and they can decorate it themselves. Like I said, it's nice backing. The elastics are going to stay where they belong instead of jumping all over up here. So you can tie them together if you like. If you like that look, that's up to you. But let me know what you think of this project. Have you done any traveler's notebooks, and what do you think of them? So I will see you next time, and happy crafting, everyone.